messy. Who did it? Nobody knows who did it. I mean, the help didn't do it. So that's evidence there's something else going on at the house. What's the next thing? So then on July 21st, McLuhan's birthday, I call up JW at 5 to 8 my time to get ready for cash flow to bring him in on the phone. And his wife is talking. And she never talks to us when we're talking to JW doing the Ion. She stays off in the other room or does her own thing. She doesn't get involved in the Ion stuff, doesn't interfere or just chat with us.
And she knows about it.
Oh, yeah, she's very involved in it, but she doesn't interfere with us or she doesn't pick out the phone and say, hey, Bob, how you doing, and make small talk.
Yeah.
But this day she did. She was in the background chattering away to me, and I said, JW, why is your wife talking? And he said, oh, it's her birthday, he says. And, okay, well, that's cool. It's McLuhan's birthday today. So then I banter with his wife about that a bit, and she's just in the background. And then everybody says goodbye, and then we go in and do the show. Well, I think it's in the third hour we're doing the show, and all of a sudden you hear this big noise. It sounds like maybe a plane going over JW's place. Well, Ion says, oh, there's JW. And I'm going, what do you mean, there's JW? We're talking to you. You're coming through JW. What do you mean? And he said, no, JW's coming in on a helicopter.
Yeah.
You might know this story, right?
Or I think I heard that. It was on cash flow, right?
Yeah, you actually heard the show. Yeah, he said, there's this noise, and we're going, I don't think we dwelt on it. We didn't
but it was a strange thing.
It was a strange background, JW. Who's JW? Isn't he here doing Ion? How could he be on the helicopter? So those questions were not really gone into. So then the show ends, and I often keep talking to Ion after the show, after we've disconnected from the radio station and everything. We'll keep talking, and we're talking. We talk for about half an hour. Then Ion's time to leave, so Ion leaves, and there's JW. Okay, so JW gets the phone. JW is back, so to speak, or he comes out, and JW says, Bob. I go, yeah, but he's not saying. He's saying it the wrong tone. Bob, like, hey, where you been, kind of thing, Bob.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm awful sorry, I couldn't do the show. I didn't make it back in time. I said, wait a minute, you just did the show. He said, what do you mean? I said, we just did the show, and Ion was here. It came through one of the JWs, I guess. Or I don't know if I said that yet. It came through you. No, I was in Chattanooga. I got up early today. I wanted to take my wife to a restaurant in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so we got the helicopter and went over there. And he said, when I got there, I realized, shit, I'm not going to make it back in time. So I called your phone, left you a message that I'm not going to make the show.
Yeah.
But I had not checked my message, so I didn't hear it. Lucky I didn't. I wouldn't have called his home and had that experience with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says he did that. I said, no. You may have done that, but another JW was there when I called. And your wife was there, and I talked to her. And he said, no, my wife was with me in Chattanooga. And I said, well, I guess there's two of your wife. And he goes, yeah, maybe, or made him think for a minute. So then I said, so do you accept that we did the show? And he goes, I guess, if you say so. And your wife, one of your wife was there. And I talked to her. So that's that.
So are you accessing different realities?
You could call it
different, dimensions with a telephone.
Well, okay, so when that happened back in July,
he's patching you through.
What?
He's patching you through to the other,
No, okay, so that happened back then in July. Now, this is November, many months later, and I've explored this with Ion and with JW many times. We're trying to get a handle in human terms how to explain it. See, this is the Grand Walea, so that's the big monster place, right? That's the Marriott over there. That's an in-between place, and that's the Grand Walea. And I walk to a beach around the corner. It's called Polo Beach. Beyond that point.
Okay.
And there's over there is Four Seasons Hotel. You got the Marriott, the Grand Walea, and Four Seasons, and then over in Polo Beach is the Fairmont Hotel.
Okay.
There's four major places.
Which is the one with the pool with the bar that you sit in and all that? Is that one of these?
We don't sit in a pool in a bar. Where would you have heard that?
Morgan was talking about it. There's all water slides and all this.
Oh, that's over here. Yes,
okay.
There's a restaurant. I've been to the restaurant. I've been inside there a couple times with friends, but generally I don't go in there.
Yeah,
but
that's this hotel.
Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, the water slides we'll see right up here. And there's maybe a water slide over there, but the main rope they jumped with is in here. Okay, so that's July 21st. We have proof on the radio that a helicopter's coming in, and yet there's a JW doing ion. So that's proof there's two things going on. And then I had it when I talked to JW after, because he didn't know that he'd done the show. Okay, so then now you say, what is this? Different dimensions, actual 5 chemical bodies, how do they shift about, how much is JW aware of the others, and which one I'm talking about? So eventually we got this much known. The 5 JWs, this is their 5 main differences. The first JW, who I've generally been talking to, is very casual, no rush, everything's great, no intensity. The second JW is the guy who loves to use metaphors, which can be very frustrating, and jokes a lot, makes up jokes.
Yeah.
The third JW is an efficient JW, but he's sort of like JW4, but JW4 is brutal. He's like an army sergeant. You're having a session with him, he gets it. He makes sure you get his point about whatever the hell you're not getting. You know what I mean? He's blunt.
Well, you're having a session with Ion.
Yeah, but okay. So I'll fill in a little bit about that in a minute. But see the waterfall.
Yeah.
Thing kids get up and they jump into the water and they play in the pool here. And up there is where you might go have a bar in there, and over there. I think it's over there, the brown one. There's another restaurant. So what was I saying?
5 JWs. Fourth one's the tyrant. Or he's a drill sergeant. Yeah, the drill sergeant's the fourth one. The fifth one, Ian originally said he's off the chain. We don't interact much with the fifth one. Right? Okay. Now this is a data acquired since last summer. Other data. Right? Like today, one would be in LA, one is in London, one is in Hong Kong, one is at JW's home, and another one might be in the backyard. Right.
They're all over the place doing business. They're actually doing things.
Right. Interacting with humans.
And it's registered what they did. But JW is not, I don't know how much he tells me. He's not talking about what the other guys are doing unless I ask him. All right?
Huh.
Okay. So what happened on that first session on April 22nd where he was real tired, and then we got Ion and it seemed a bit better, and Ion got through it because we thought JW was tired because he was in New York.
Yeah.
How do I say this? At the end of that session, the JW that was doing it, and we thought it was the normal JW at that point because we didn't hear the story about the burnt lawnmower until the next day. So we're just dealing with the same thing. He was a bit different. He did not give pictures. He just explained to the client how they have too much electricity in their environment. They're a graphic designer. They have all their computers in their living room. They're doing their work for corporations right in the living room, and her partner is a musician with this huge music studio in their bedroom.
Right.
So they're in a sea of electricity all the time.
Right.
So JW's telling you, you've got to take 20 minutes a day, get out in the backyard, read a book. You've got to get out of that. That's why you got nightmares and too much electronic vibration going on around you. So the JW that said all that was unusual, because JW never told anybody anything. He just gave pictures. So that didn't mean anything then. But once, a couple months later, we're starting to piece it together, we realized, that was a different JW, and it was shown by what he did when he became conscious after Ion left. And Ion says, yes, that was JW. I just found out the other day.